So this is why I've been telling a lot of y'all I'm looking at fading to the black, right? And not from the standpoint of just of not creating anything musically, but this is what's happening right now. And all of my producers, please make sure you come close. All of my singers and songwriters, please make sure you come close. Follow all of the stuff. Follow the Man Look at the Podcast. Follow me everywhere, because this is what's happening. The corporate giants that we have lent our rights to. That's what we're doing. Every time we post on social media, you're lending your rights to everybody and everything. When you go on TikTok, you're lending your rights to them. When you go over to IG, you're lending your rights to them. Well, every time we do this, they're for one collecting data, and for two, they're trying to figure out a way to sell you something. If they're not going to sell you something, then they're going to figure out a way to use you to sell something. They're going to figure out a way to use you to sell something. It was a particular Black Mirror episode. Thank you for the follows, yo. But it was a particular Black Mirror episode that they were talking about. I think it was called The Mean Angry Jane or something like that. Well, in this particular episode of Black Mirror, it was a white lady that woke up in the middle of a, well, I think she was just in her office. In her office, and she got fired. She was like the boss. She was doing all this stuff. But what was happening? Watch this, and this is what makes me think like I can't just watch content and not see something in it. What was happening in this particular Black Mirror episode? She got fired. She went to her car. It was a sequence of events that was happening, and they said, okay, well, what? Well, you don't be sleeping with your husband, and then she met with a ex, and then all this stuff happened in her real life. Well, what happened is she got to her house, sat down to turn the TV on. Soon as she turned the TV on, everything that happened throughout her day was on TV. I'll say it again. Everything that happened in her day, from her getting fired to her ex calling her, to her going to a specific restaurant, to her driving a certain car, to the arguments that she had with certain people, everything was playing back on TV. But it was a character. At this point, it was another character that was playing her life. So in this movie, in the virtual movie, everything started to catch up in real time. So say I'm on the podcast with y'all right now, right? This would literally be showing on the TV screen, me on the podcast talking about y'all, and then after I get off, let's say I go get some donuts. It shows on TV. I feel like what's happening right now, all of the big companies are trying to figure out a way to do that. They're trying to figure out a way to do that. Monetize your life.